Good day everyone, happy holidays and welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and this is Dolly Mama's Daily Life. On this channel I discuss a variety of topics, basically topics that are part of my day-to-day life, such as, in this video, K-pop, budgeting, cooking, fashion, budget fashion by the way, as in thrifting, makeup, anything and everything that I'm interested that is part of my day-to-day life. That's what I talk about here on this channel, and I hope you guys will enjoy this video and that you'll come along for the ride, learn something new, especially if you're new to K-pop. I think you'll really enjoy this video. But if you're not, stick around. You might learn something you didn't know before and you'll actually find this to be very valuable information, especially if you don't listen to K-pop. So today's video, like I said, this is a daily life channel, so it's just anything and everything. Whatever interests me, whether it's movies, music, food, makeup, anything that I'm interested in that is part of my day-to-day life is what I'm going to be discussing on this channel. So I hope you guys will like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're informed of when I post future videos. And like I said, it's a potpourri here. We have fun. DMDL crew is a small but mighty crew. We'd like to grow. Make sure you subscribe. Okay, we are going to get started today with a topic that is near and dear to my heart. And I've been meaning to film this video for a minute. And this was hard for me, but I really narrowed it down. And I today have to share with you my top 10 K-pop groups. Top 10 K-pop groups, okay? But before we get started, I do have an honorable mention, okay? So if you like K-pop, first of all, make sure that you watch this video all the way through and that you subscribe for more K-pop content. I do try to film at least one K-pop content related video per week, and this is a ranking video, and in this video we're going to talk about my favorite K-pop groups. We're going to do a 10-to-1 ranking of my favorite groups, and I do have to give you a disclaimer. I've never met a K-pop group that I didn't like. I mean, usually I like more than others though. That's just like anything else. Like we have different tastes in music. We have different styles of K-pop that we like. Some people like really rap heavy K-pop. Some people like really vocal heavy K-pop. Some people like soloists. Some people like girl groups. Some people like boy groups. This is all boy groups. That's my preference. And so I do have to start with an honorable mention. Now behind me is a little light that says BTS. It says Army BTS, and you see my little tiny tan characters up here. So the reason I'm saying this as honorable mention, I'm mentioning BTS as honorable mention. They are the reason, I have a photo of them somewhere on the screen, they are the reason I started listening to K-pop at all. Like, I would have never started listening to K-pop if it wasn't for BTS. So even though they're not in my top 10 K-pop groups, they are very influential in my life and in terms of why I'm in this space altogether. So I have to mention them in this video. Even though they're not in the top 10, they are an honorable mention. And like I said, there are a lot of groups that barely made this list and some that I wish I could add on this list. But all in all, these 10 groups are stellar groups. I think anybody who likes K-pop or wants to get into K-pop will be interested in these groups, and they will find a lot of value in the groups that I'm mentioning. So BTS was my first K-pop love. I think that's true for many people, not all people. I think that some people were listening to K-pop before BTS came along. Because we have generations of K-pop. We have first generation through fifth generation, and we're on our fifth generation now. Well, BTS kind of came around in the middle of that. They came around in the third generation, and you know, so people were listening to groups like TVXQ, 2AM, 2PM, SHINee, and Big Bang, all these groups that came out before BTS. So they can't say BTS got them into K-pop. Me, I got into K-pop in 2020. We were in fourth generation at this time. We were in the fourth generation of K-pop at this time. So I went backwards and started with BTS. They were probably the most popular group at the time. And I don't think so now, but at the time I thought they were pretty amazing, and I still love them. Don't get me wrong, but they are definitely not in my top 10 K-pop groups. But BTS is super important to me, very influential to me, and my biases in this group, I have an old bias and then I have a sub bias, and my biases are J-Hope and Suga, and they're both part of the rap line, and I adore these two with my whole heart. J-Hope is my very favorite though. but Suga is also a bias. So I love BTS, and sorry, I had to pause for a second because my alarm for my dryer just went off, or my washer just went off. So I'm gonna go change the washer and dryer after I film this video. But anyway, we are gonna start now with our countdown, and we're gonna start with number 10. And this might be a controversial pick for some people because a lot of people have this group in like their top groups. And I love them, I really, really do. But they are not my favorite, and I have reasons why they are number 10, but they are still in the top 10, so keep that in mind. This is ENHYPEN. I have a poster down here of ENHYPEN, and this is the group right here, and I love ENHYPEN. They formed in 2020 during the pandemic, and they are an amazing group. I absolutely love ENHYPEN, but the reason they're at number 10 is not because they're not great. I just find myself liking some of their comebacks and not really gonna vibing with some of their comebacks. So when I say comeback, what I mean is when they you know, they have comebacks. It's kind of a complicated situation. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it to somebody who might not understand, but like, say for instance, your favorite group, it's their next release. They call it a comeback. And K-pop releases in general are really, really rather quick. Like, they usually have a theme and they have 4 comebacks within a certain theme. Sometimes, not all the time. Like ATEEZ did their off the wall stuff, you know, or fourth wall or whatever. But anyway, long story short, ENHYPEN is great. I love ENHYPEN. Here they are right here. Their logo is up here somewhere. So they're just great. And I just find myself loving most of their stuff, but liking some of it and not loving all of it. So for me, they just couldn't rank any higher than number 10. But that number 10 spot could have been taken by like 4 other groups. So, ENHYPEN made it in, so I hope you guys are cool with that. So, my biases in this group are Sunghoon, Jungwon is the leader of the group, and then Heesung, who's the oldest. I love these 3 with my whole heart. My favorite from this group, my ult bias, these guys are amazing. My ult bias is Heesung, but a close second, and I think he's going to be an ult as well, is Jungwon. I love Jungwon. I just love him. I think he's one of the best leaders in K-pop, and so he's amazing. So those 3 are my biases, and if I think about when I mention my biases, I'll put another photo over here on this side of the screen with all of them. Okay, so we are going to go into group number 8. Okay, group number 8, not 8, no, group number 9. Now this is the newest group on this list. This is the newest group on this list. This group is a 5th generation group. I have been shouting from the rooftops ever since this group came out about how much I love them, and nothing they've done or nothing that they have come forward with or presented in every comeback and album, whatever they've done, I am obsessed with this group. This is Rise. Rise. Okay, so here are the members right here. I'm going to put a member photo from their early days with their 7th member, who tragically was cut from the group over some stupid controversy about a dating rumor. Listen, I don't even care about that crap. I was so mad when this guy, and his name is Sunghan, got cut from the group. They were going to let him come back, and then the Korean fans didn't like that, and so he decided to leave the group. So they're a 6-piece group now. The group is called Rise. I live for this group. They sang one of my favorite songs of all time, which is Boom Boom Bass. I saw them at KCON in LA, and I died, like literally died and went to heaven. I love these guys so much. They are my everything. They are so amazing. They are number 9. But, you know, I have to really look at this list collectively in terms of how long these groups have been around and how long they have been producing content. And because Rise is such a new group, I could not put them any higher than this. But they did beat out ENHYPEN. I love Rise, you guys. I can't even express to you how much I love Rise. I'm going to mention my ult from this group. All of these guys are my biases. I love this entire group. This is one group where I bias everybody. And that's not very common for me. I usually pick 1 or 2 or 3 members that I like more than others. But I love these guys. My ult from this group is a guy by the name of Wonbin. He's very pretty. I have a thing for the pretty K-pop idols, the visuals. I don't know what it is with me and visuals. They're either rappers or they're visuals. Nine times out of 10, they're rappers or visuals. So here's Wonbin over here. Here's the whole group over here. And I love Rise. Okay, we're going to move on to the 8th group. Oops. Let me find out who group number 8 is. Okay, now group number 8, this might be a pick that a lot of K-pop friends or friends of mine would be like, these guys should be higher. And I agree, they should, but I just love the other groups I'm mentioning in this video more. So this is Monsta X. I saw them in LA as well at KCON, and I love these guys. So they were formerly a 7-member group. They are now a 6-member group. I don't know what photo I'm putting right here, but a 6-member group. And I love these guys. They are a 3rd generation group. So they came out around the same time as BTS. I think they were like a year or two after them. There's in the early half of the 2010s. So they are everything. I absolutely adore them. And one of my favorite idols of all time from this group, one of my favorite idols from all time from this group is Shonu. And I mentioned him in my top 10 K-pop idols. He's number 3. This guy right here. And I have another bias. His name is Juhoni or Juhom. And I love him too. But this group is just everything. And if you guys have a chance, if you want to know more about Monsta X, they are going to have a theater release for their upcoming tour. And so I'm super excited about it. And I'm so glad that I got to see these guys. So Monsta X is my number 8 group. My number 7 group. Now, this group was ranked higher prior to me doing today's ranking, and I still love them madly. Like, they're still one of my favorite groups. They're in the top 10, so keep this in mind. I've seen these guys in concert, and this is ONEUS, okay? So ONEUS is now a 5-piece group. They were a 6-piece group. Raven left the group, which broke my heart. He was one of the rappers, and he was one of my biases. I have 2, and he was one of them. So he left the group. And my other bias is Soho, and he is currently serving in the military. So they are also, I think they're 4th generation, if I'm not mistaken. Spencer, correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're 4th generation, but they're early 4th generation. They were one of the first groups that came out in that generation. But they are amazing. They are amazing. I also love, and I can never say his name, Hwanru. I love this guy. He's like a pint-sized powerhouse. He's amazing. He's like 5'5", and he's like this little tiny peanut, and he is everything. So I love this group. I saw them in Oakland, and I was so devastated because when I went to that show, there were not a lot of people at that show. This group is so underrated. Not a lot of people talk about this group. They were featured in Kingdom Legendary War Part 2, which I still haven't seen, because I don't have Viki, and I'm waiting for it to come to Amazon or Netflix or something so I can watch it. I watched Legendary War Part 1, and I loved it. But yeah, ONEUS was featured on that show, and they are everything. I love them. They sing another one of my favorite songs of all time. It's called No Diggity, and it came out when Raven was still part of the group. Sigh. I hate it when the members leave groups or there's controversy and they get kicked out of the group. It really bothers me. It's pretty much happened to almost every group on this list. Not all, but some. So yeah, ONEUS is group number 7. Group number 6. Okay, now these guys, a lot of people are going to say, why are they not higher? Okay. This is Stray Kids, okay? Now, I love Stray Kids. I obviously do. They are in the top 10, but they're not as high up as most people would think they would be. I've loved them for forever. They were the 2nd K-pop group that I got into shortly after all of the members of BTS, shortly after they went on hiatus and they all started joining the military. Stray Kids was the 2nd group that I got into. My introduction to them was Maniac. I think that was a lot of people's introduction to them, and I've loved them ever since. I have one bias from this group. There are 8 members. There used to be 9. Woojin gets a lot of hate. He shouldn't. He's amazing. I love him. He would be my other bias if I had another bias, because he looks exactly like my bias, and I thought they were related, but apparently they're not. My bias is Seungmin. You guys might remember Seungmin from my top 10 idol video. So this is Seungmin over here. Stray Kids, I can't even tell you guys. I love me some Stray Kids. Their new comeback is really good. I like everything from that new comeback. It's probably one of the best comebacks I've ever kind of come across in terms of comebacks as they go. Because sometimes, you know, you got your one hit and then you got a couple of other ones that are good and then the rest are not so great. This one, everything is good on this. So I love Do It was their first drop. Divine is great too. All great. I love the pink and black vibe of the comeback. It's awesome. So Stray Kids, I have one bias. Like I said, I have Sungmin. So I love Stray Kids. And yeah, I'm surprised they're not higher, but they're not, because they're just not. They're a very rap heavy group. The one thing I love about Stray Kids, probably more than anything, is they produce all their own music. And they are truly, truly talented. So now we're getting into our top 5. Now my number 5 pick, I moved them from number 3 down to number 5. I switched this around a lot before I made this list. And I really sat down and I really asked myself, you know, which of these groups do I like the most? Okay, so number 5 is 17. Number 5 is 17. 17 is the biggest group on this list. They are a third generation group and I love these guys. I have 7 biases in this group, 7. There's 13 members, okay? I'm not gonna go through all my biases, but I am gonna mention my top bias from the group, and that is Joshua. I love Joshua so much. Joshua's actually American. He's Korean American, and he was born in the United States. So Joshua is my favorite, followed closely by Mingyu and DK. So I love this group. I saw them perform as well in Oakland, and that was the best K-pop concert I'd been to. Literally, it was. It was the best K-pop concert that I've been to, and that's saying a lot because I've seen BTS, I've seen other groups on this list that are higher than 17, and their performance was amazing. And I knew I loved them from the jump. I saw them in the theater when they came out in the theater, and I knew they were coming in concert, and I had to go see them. I was one of the lucky few that got to see 17 in concert. They had five American tour dates, and one of them was Oakland, and I went. And it was the best thing I've ever done. So, yeah, 17 is amazing. I love this group. I think they're awesome. Like I said, they are a third generation group, and they are a 13-member group, and they have 3 subunits in their group. So if you ever want to get into 17, I highly suggest that you learn them by subgroup. So the way 17 got their name, and this was explained to me by an interview that I saw with Emma Myers from Wednesday. There are 13 members of the group with 3 subgroups. So 13 plus 3 is 16, plus the overall group as a whole is 1. So that's 17. So that's how they got their name. I thought that was interesting, but they have a hip hop group. They have a hip hop line, they have a performance line, and they have a vocal line. So there was 3 components, hip hop, which includes the rap, hip hop, performance, which includes like the dancing and the choreography, and then the vocal group. So that really does encompass kind of what most K-pops are. You have the rap, you have the vocals, and you have the visuals. So there you go, 17. I love these guys. Now, this picture down here of all of them, that's a lot of people. I learned them all though. I know all their names now. Haha, they're all starting their military service now, so I'm kind of sad. But, that's why we have other groups to like. Because, when one group takes a break, another group comes along and steals your heart. So, number 4. This is Delilah's favorite group, and hence one of my top groups of all of my K-pop groups. This is TXT, a 5-member group whom I adore from to the moon and back. I love these guys. I've seen them in concert as well. They are everything. They're so great. Everything they do, literally everything they do is on my radar, is playing nonstop in my car. It doesn't hurt that, my child's favorite group is TXT. Now these guys up here, this is my TXT poster. You can only see the bottom. I think you can only see Bamgyu and Taeyeon, but they're a 5-member group. I have 2 biases in this group. I have Subin and Bamgyu. A lot of people love Yoonjun. I love him too, but he's not my favorite. But I love every single member of this group, but they are amazing. And I will never forget the first video that I saw from this group. The first video I saw from this group was Good Boy Gone Bad. And I knew, as soon as I saw that video, I knew I was gonna love these guys. And they had probably one of the best debuts ever. with the song Crown. It's one of my absolute favorite songs of all time. I love that debut, and they are fire. They're a fourth generation group, and I love them dearly. We are in the top 3, ladies and germs. We are in the top 3. Now, my third place group, I know that this group is well renowned within K-pop circles, but in terms of like American K-pop stans, I don't think they give this group doesn't get the level of love it deserves. So to me, like along with ONEUS, these guys are probably the most underrated and underloved group on this list. And that is iKON. I love iKON. iKON is one of my all-time favorite groups. They are number 3 on this list. They are the ones that jumped up. Because I've been going through, for probably a good month and a half now, like a real big iKON push. Like I'm hearing songs that I've never heard before, and they are so great. Now they are formerly a 7-member group, and I love all of these guys. I have 3 biases from the group, and Jinwon is my favorite, so I'm just going to put him over here, Jinwon. He is currently the leader of the group. The original leader of the group had to leave the group, I think, under auspicious circumstances. Spencer, you're going to have to leave me a comment and let me know. I can't keep track of these idols that get kicked out of their groups. I mean, it's like so ridiculous and stupid. I can't even. But Hanbin, oh my God. Hanbin was everything. And I love all the guys in this group. I think the only one that doesn't really like register with me is the youngest, which is Chan. He's okay, but I really, really like all the other members, but Jinwon is my favorite by far. So he's my old from this group. So my favorite songs from my top 2 songs, and I'm not going to say what they are. Well, I'm going to save that for another video, are iKON songs. My top 2 songs that I've, and all of my K-pop songs that I listen to, the top 2 spots go to this group, iKON. I love this group. They were featured in Kingdom Legendary War, and I had known about them prior to seeing that show. But I mean, it opened up other doors for me with them, and I just knew. I've always loved them. So iKON is my number 3. They are a 3rd generation group, and they are amazing. So they're going through their military enlistments now. I believe Song and Bobby are in the military right now. Jinwon is out, and I think DK, June, and Chan all still have to go, if I'm not mistaken. But I love these guys. I love these guys so much. Number 2. Number 2 goes to ATEEZ. ATEEZ. ATEEZ 4th generation group, 8-member group. I love these guys. I love these guys. This was an easy second, runner up for me for my top favorite group. Everything they do, every single thing they do, there is not one bad apple in the bunch. These guys are everything and more. I love them. I have 4 biases from this group. You guys know that my top bias from this group is Yeosang, but my other ult is Hongju. I will try to put photos of both of them on the screen. I live for these guys. This group was also featured in Kingdom Legendary War. But I started to get into this group in the fall of, I think, 2022. I think 2022 is when all the members of BTS started enlisting. So I think ATEEZ was the third group that I got into, but they fast became a favorite, and I love them. And I have never learned a team of, members faster than I learned ATEEZ. I knew all of these guys like within minutes. Like I went on a rampage watching their music videos, and I cannot tell you enough how I love these guys. So ATEEZ, number 2. So everyone, that leaves me with my top number 1 group of all time. And this was easy for me because I knew from the jump, as soon as I got into this group, that they were always going to forever be my number 1 group. They are the only 2nd generation group on this list. And their member, Jonghoon is now in heaven, is my favorite K-pop idol of all time. You guys, this is SHINee. They're a 5-member group. They formed in 2008, 2nd generation, and they are the loves of my life. I love these guys so much. Every single one of them. I love them. And I can't even begin to tell you, when I started to get into them, it's almost like they have that placeholder in my heart for the top spot because of Jonghoon. I knew when I saw the first video I ever saw from them, which was, I believe, Lucifer or Ring Ding Dong. You couldn't tell me which one it was. I wouldn't know. But I think it was Ring Ding Dong. And he's the first person you see in that video, and I'm like, who is that? And I knew it was Jonghoon, and I was like, I was gone. I was gone, baby, gone. And I have loved these guys ever since. They are my top group. You know, he left us, I think, in 2017. We're coming up on the 8th anniversary of his passing, which is, I believe, the 18th of December of 2017. He was 27 when he passed away, and that was 8 years ago almost. So yeah, I mean, it's just probably one of the saddest things that's ever happened in the K-pop community, but that did not stop me from loving this group. He had, you know, I didn't get into them until, like I said, like 2022, 2023, but I fell hard and I fell fast for these guys. It's just shiny. I have had the opportunity to see Key. He's the only one that I've seen live and in person, but I would love to see Onu, I would love to see Minho, and I would love to see Taemin. Everything about these guys is just next level amazing. So there you go, guys. Those are my top 10 K-pop groups. What did you think of this list? Do you agree with these? Do you not agree with these? Who do you think should be in my top 10? And leave me a comment down below letting me know why, because you know what? I am open to suggestions. I love a lot of groups, don't get me wrong. I love a lot of groups. So there are a lot of groups that didn't make the cut, but that doesn't mean that I haven't heard of them or I don't love them. So leave me your favorite K-pop groups down below, top three, and leave me your favorite song from one of those groups or all of them. Doesn't matter. I love you guys so much. I'm going to leave you with this. Borhe, finger hearts, purple you. You're awesome and amazing. You guys are the awesomest and the bestest in the entire universe. Awesomest and bestest are not words, but that's okay. Because this is my channel, I can say what I want to say. So I hope you guys had the most amazing Thanksgiving with your families. I'm hoping that your upcoming winter holiday, whatever it may be, whether it's Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, Christmas, whatever it may be, that you guys have the most blessed holiday time. So with that, I'm going to leave you a blessing, and I'm going to say go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Amen, Jesus. We all love Jesus, right? Yeah. And may the force be with you always. Okay, thank you so much for being here, you guys, today. Go in peace to love and serve the Lord, and love others as Jesus has loved you. Happy holidays, and I will catch you in my next one. Okay, bye.